Welcome. 5 mics, 1 booth. How's everybody doing this week? Back, another little episode. It is so hot in my room right now. I need to get an AC. My laptop is also overheating, so hopefully I'll be able to get what I need to get done before it actually overheats. I think we're gonna start with the new music from this week. Just go over the new releases, stuff that's come out, things like that. Things at least I've had my eye peeked on. Yeah, there's a new Lucky EP. I wasn't like super crazy about it. There's also a lot of just new singles. There's new There was a lot of new features as well, but one of the new singles that I was really impressed by was the new, I think it was Velvet and Wisp single. More shoegaze. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. Been bumping it a little bit. Yeah, it's called Starring Dash Alt. I've also just been doing my little thing. Then let's see what other tracks am I just listening to recently. One of them has been the Enemy by Big L. I don't know why, but that song is just like so cool to me. It's very cool rap. And then also like EDM this summer, man. Like not even EDM, but like house music kind of mixed with like anything like electronic. I feel like electronic music just has its time and place for the summer. Like even if you're not really a huge fan of it, you just know it's gonna be the mood. Like I've been Dreamland by Ferdouse, I think is the dude's name. I probably talked about it last week, but I've just been like, it's so easy to put on. You just put it on and you're like, oh, beep boop, and it sounds awesome. But the real meat, steak, potatoes, yams, filling food of this week, the filling food of this video, concerts. So I'm going to 2 concerts this weekend, so I want to highlight 2 artists. I'm going to save the second artist, or I'm going to save the, I guess, artist that I'm like, I don't know how I want to order. Actually, I'll start with Violent Vieira first. So Violent Vieira, cool band, shout out them. I remember finding them, I believe it was March of 2023, something like that. I found them when they started to kind of gain like a little bit of traction on TikTok. I basically was like, oh, like they're pretty good. And then I remember them. I actually remember them announcing and then releasing Till Death Was Never Enough, which is their EP that came out in August. They've come out with, I think, some singles since then. I don't know if they believe they're working on a project. Oh yes, they came out with Blood on the Sheets. I remember when Blood on the Sheets as well came out, I think later in 2023. But they're performing this weekend in my local area, so I'm very excited to go see them. I'm going with a couple friends. Definitely a well-established now band. Have a lot of definitely a lot of traction. A lot of their listener bases in California, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, like those places. But definitely where I'm at, more in the Northeast, is still you're getting a lot of traction. They're performing at bigger venues. I'm hearing people talk about them who I haven't even really like kind of talked about them themselves. But with that being said, I want to highlight, since I am going to their show, I want to highlight some of their songs, at least, like, you know, if you're interested in going and seeing the band. So I Don't Care is their big single. That's the one that blew up on TikTok. But I also have some other songs by them I would like to recommend. So obviously Blood on the Sheets being their newest single. Definitely check that one out. I would also say I Don't Care's obviously their big one. You're Not Gone, You're Just Dead, which was off of Till Death Was Never Enough, and then Frailty, which is also off of Till Death Was Was Never Enough. Frailty is probably my favorite from them. Great song. They have a lot more in their discography, though, that I would definitely recommend checking out. They unfortunately do not have a full-length project out yet. Just the one EP that came out in 2023, but they have announced that they are making a full-length LP, which I am very excited for. I would love to see more from this band. I would love to see what they do in the future, whether that would be collaborations, albums, tours, things like that. I would like to see them grow, develop, and really kind of experiment with their sound. I think that their lead singer has an amazing voice, and the rest of the band is also extremely talented. So I'd love to see what direction they end up going in. Yeah, so I'm excited to see them. I'm going to see them on Saturday. At the time of the recording this video, it is Wednesday, so I think this will come out on Wednesday as well. But that will be around, I want to say June 8th. Yeah, and then up next, the other artist I really want to talk about in the other show that I'm going to is my favorite artist, who is doing, I think I talked about this before on 5 Mics, but he is doing his 10-year Sylvia Demo anniversary tour. But the great Isaiah Rashad is doing his Sylvia Demo tour, his tour across the U.S. For the 10-year release of his album Sylvia Demo. Now, I believe that it's not just Sylvia Demo. He's going to do all of Sylvia Demo, and then I kind of cheated. I looked up the track list. And then he's going to do other songs from his more popular albums as well. But if you want to get a starting place for the great Isaiah Rashad, I'll give you kind of some places to start. So maybe I always like to start not necessarily with full-length albums, but with singles, just to get people interested. So you can start with I recommend also just going to the artists like Spotify, Apple Music, just going to see what their top songs are. For right now, for Isaiah Rashad, that is What's Wrong, at his most popular, which What's Wrong is an amazing starting point. It's my favorite song of all time, featuring Sakari and Kendrick Lamar. Great vocals, great verses from both Isaiah Rashad and Kendrick Lamar. West Savannah, not really super crazy about this one. It does feature SZA, though, who is another big name artist, and it is a very good track. I just don't think it is the best off of Sylvia Demo. Free Lunch, another single off of why is the album blanking my name? Oh, The Sun's Tirade, which The Sun's Tirade has a couple other singles I want to talk about as well. But yeah, Free Lunch being, I think, the most standout single from The Sun's Tirade, as well as For the Squaw and Park, and I want to mention those two as well, and Find a Topic. Those, For the Squaw, Free Lunch, What's Wrong, and Find a Topic, and I guess Park as well, I think are good starting points for just singles off of that album. And then B-Day, T and Dollar, that album has a lot to give. If you want to go to his newer project, I know a lot of people like to go to a lot of artists' newer projects. I definitely recommend such singles as Claymore, Headshots as well, R.I.P. Young, Dark Side I also really like, Chad is great, THIB, and HB2U, also standout tracks off of that album. And then of course Sylvia Demo itself, being the album that he is going on tour for. I guess I would, the recommendations I have for that album are tracks like R.I.P. Kevin Miller, Tranquility, Menthol, Modest, Brad Jordan, Shoot You Down, even the title album track Sylvia Demo, as well as tracks like Heavenly Father. Oh yeah, Heavenly Father I honestly think is a really good one to kind of start with. It's a very light track, so if you were to listen to Sylvia Demo, I definitely would do it in order, but if you just want to listen to singles, I think Heavenly Father is a great place to start for Isaiah Rashad. Yeah, but he is his discography is it's getting there. I mean, 3 full-length projects, all very well received by his fans, as well as very well, recorded, mixed, mastered, produced, vocals as well, really well done. So I think overall it's a really good project, and I'm really excited to hear his upcoming album that he just announced on tour that he will be dropping in late 2024. So this year, I'm hoping it was a while. It was 2016 to 2021 was the last album gap, so I'm hoping the album gap isn't really too large this time. I remember the album's name was going to be All My Heroes Are Junkies, but I believe he is changing that title now. I don't know what exactly the album is going to be called, but I'm definitely looking forward to what the album will have in store. He always generally brings very, very good features as well on his albums, and artists and other collaborators that he gets generally are very decorated themselves. I know he gets Kendrick. He's gotten Kendrick in the past. He's gotten J-Rock in the past. He's gotten a lot of artists that are very celebrated. He's gotten Schoolboy Q. So I'm very excited to see who he brings on this new project, what he does, and potential tours in the future. When your favorite artist goes on tour, you kind of want to go. And for me, I knew it was an opportunity to go and see him live, especially for a 10-year tour. I think it's a great way to experience something, especially since I'm going with my best friend. So I think it's going to be a highlight. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it next week. I will let you know how the show goes, how actually both show goes, because I'm going to see Isaiah on Friday, June 7th, and then Violent Vieira on Saturday, June 8th. So both those bands are going to be great to see live, or actually both those artists / bands are going to be great to see live, and I can't wait to get to experience both of them, and just have the information to give you guys. So if you guys ever want to go see these artists or are interested in going to see any similar artists, what you what you can expect. I also might go see, I just saw tickets go up for this, but I might go see Vince Staples. He's my birthday is in October, and he's actually performing 10 days before my birthday near me. So I might go see Vince Staples as well for his tour for his newest album. That would be very exciting. A bunch of artists are doing very exciting tours. A lot of concerts, a lot of things I want to go see, a lot of things.